This is the fourth thing that I think is the most positive thing that I could have possibly learned. The reason for that is because it's basically what I built my entire marketing agency off of, and it's what the first videos that I made on this channel is how to make sales funnels, how to do them properly, all of the ins and outs of them. Not that many people do sales funnels, and the reason for that is because this is one of the more complicated things.
For the rugged. Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price for y'all. Snake guys on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all.
Yo, what's going on? It is Miguel here, and I got a question recently from a subscriber. Commented on a video, and he was asking what are the main things that I needed to learn in order to get to the level of success that I am at right now. And if this is your first time watching, if you don't know who I am, or if you just mainly know me for the self-development content that I make, I run a marketing agency where my role in people's businesses is I help mainly fitness YouTubers. Sorry, I hear noises, but I help mainly fitness YouTubers build their online businesses so they can focus on creating content like what I'm doing now. They can focus on that, creating the content, making sure that they handle their brand and stuff like that, while I am behind the scenes helping them turn their following, the following that they created on social media, into a sustainable business. I help coach them through it, so that it is one less thing that they have to worry about. And not only that, it's one of the most important things that they don't have to worry about, so that they can continue to do what they do best, and I help them bring in money. And through that, I've been able to create a 6-figure marketing agency. It is not the flashiest thing in the world, but it has helped me create a life where I'm able to choose what I want in my life. I'm able to travel when I want. I'm able to live in a nice place in New York where there's a rooftop where I get to have this view that you see behind me. And when you're starting from nothing, naturally this is a level that a lot of people want to reach. So he wanted to know what are the main things that, let me move this behind the camera. He wanted to know what are the main things that I felt like I needed to know in order to reach this point. So I decided to write 5 things down, and I'm going to share them with you right now. So first thing I want to say is I needed to learn how to manage my time. And the reason why that is so important is because I am a naturally lazy person. I love just sitting around the house and doing nothing. I was a huge video game nerd. I actually have another channel on YouTube, which I may start posting on again in the future, but it was a gaming channel. That was my first YouTube channel I ever made. It is still in existence. And if you search up Miguel Johnson Jr. on YouTube, the first channel you'll see is this one, but there will be another channel that you may be able to find where it's me doing commentary over video games. So that is my background, a gamer, someone who watches a lot of movies, someone who watches a lot of TV. And my profession originally was going to be something involving video games or involving TV, where I'm like an actor or something like that. That was where my eyes were focused on at first. So because of that, naturally, I spent a lot of time doing that, and these are very lazy, apathetic activities, which means I did not have a background in terms of managing my time. So the first thing that I tackled in terms of like self-development and anything like that was managing my time. I plan on making another video about this in the future where I actually like focus more on this, but I spent a month where I tracked every single second of the day, full 30 days where I did that. And it was completely life-changing because it helped me know where and how I was spending my time and what a productive day looks like. And that's super helpful. And it's sort of the same where when you first start focusing on your diet, they say you should start off tracking every single calorie and tracking your macros, because you'll be able to eyeball it later on in the future. But you need a certain amount of time where you're actually tracking every single number. You know exactly how many calories are going in your body. You know how many calories you're burning. You know what your macros are, and you see what your body looks like, so that when you hit optimal, when you're like at peak health, you're able to start eyeballing it as you go through life, so you don't have to be as strict about it. But there's still times where you may want to be strict, and I'm starting to just veer off a little bit too much. But the point is, I did that for a month. I will talk about that later on. And because of that, I know what a productive day looks and feels like. And that has been the most beneficial thing. Okay. So the next thing on my list, in terms of things that I needed to learn in order to get to this level of success, is how to be happy alone. Now, the reason why this is important is because if you're just starting on this journey, there's a high likelihood that the people around you are not about this kind of life. They could care less about self-development. They could care less about being ambitious in terms of wanting to make a lot of money in order to provide your life and your family something different, which means that anytime you bring this stuff up to them, there's a high likelihood that they look at you with a level of confusion. What do you mean you read books? Dude, stop bringing that kind of stuff up around me. I don't care. Bro, you can't do that. Like, these are the kind of things that can be said to you when you bring up your goals and the stuff that you're doing and your ambitions. And the last thing you want to do is hear that stuff, because it's a demotivator. That's why they say don't mention your goals to people. They don't mean all people. They mean these kind of people, the people who will look at you crazy for mentioning your goals. You are not supposed to bring that kind of stuff up around these people. And the best thing you can do is just remove yourself from these people. And sometimes it's family. Majority of the time it's friends. Friends, I would say I completely cut all of them out except for the most loyal ones. I just minimize my time that I speak with them, or that's minimize the time that I interact with them. And the reason for that is because we are not on the same wavelength, and I do not need that pushing into my subconscious mind. But the problem with that, the reason why so many people are scared to do this, at least my guess is why people are scared to do this, is because people are afraid of being alone. People do not want to be alone because they are afraid of being with their thoughts. They feel like if they are alone, they will miss out on things. They will become depressed. People are afraid of silence in general. And because of this, it holds a lot of people back from minimizing their circle and expanding on it in a more positive way. And honestly, this holds you back in general. And if the only way to learn to love to be alone is by forcing yourself to be alone. This is something I did when I was 21 or 22. And it is one of the best things. Like, I'm so grateful that I did this in my life, because now I'm able to go stretches of time of being alone and being happy being alone. And I also have a video where I talk about that. And because of that, it's made me more productive, because there are times where you need to buckle down and get work done, and you need to shut the world out for certain periods of time, especially during that time where you're just getting ready to start building something, or you're just starting. You need to literally sit down, go into a cave, and get stuff done. The only time you're talking to people should be that blue moon that you meet up with a friend, the blue moon that you interact with family members. And aside from that, it should be interacting with people who you are trying to do business with. That is literally was my life from 20 to 22, basically. So that is the second thing. Third thing is, now we're going into even more practical stuff that I use inside of my business. Third thing is sales psychology, or psychology in general. The main reason why I was learning psychology was because, two reasons. One of them was just because I learned from Tai Lopez that cognitive biases are something that you need to learn in order for business. I'm one to not question, I just learn it, and it is by far one of the best things that I could possibly learn. I'm going to start talking more about it on this channel, and I'm going to start talking about it on my Instagram. So if you want a chance to be able to look at all of that stuff, definitely subscribe to this channel and go follow me on Instagram, Miguel Johnson Jr. on Instagram, and you'll get a chance to see all of the posts that I make where I'm going to start listing out every single cognitive bias, because that is exactly how important it is, not just for sales, but understanding yourself as well. What these cognitive biases are, if you aren't aware, is basically things inside of our mind that we can't control. For example, whenever you give someone something, they have a natural inclination to want to give you something back. It's called reciprocity, and it's a bias inside of our brains that has been in there for years and years and years. It's something that we can't get rid of. So I would definitely say that was one of the best things that I could have possibly learned for just my own self-development and applying it to the business practices that I'm doing. So definitely learn sales psychology, cognitive biases, all of that stuff. Because if you are a marketer, if your goal is to be a marketer or a businessman in general, but mainly a marketer, copywriter, knowing the cognitive biases is going to help for life. Next is learning sales funnels. This is the fourth thing that I think is the most positive thing that I could have possibly learned. The reason for that is because it's basically what I built my entire marketing agency off of, and it's what the first videos that I made on this channel is how to make sales funnels, how to do them properly, all of the ins and outs of them. Not that many people do sales funnels, and the reason for that is because this is one of the more complicated things. This is one of the things that it takes a lot of time to learn the technicalities of the platform that you're using, whether it be ClickFunnels, Kajabi, whatever it is. A lot of people don't want to spend the time to learn that kind of stuff, or it's just not part of their skill set. So I've been able to stand out from the crowd of marketers by knowing how to write copy and knowing how to write sales funnels, how to make sales funnels and stuff like that. It immediately makes me stand out, and because of that, it is by far just one of the most beneficial things that I could have learned. And right after that, the most beneficial thing that I've learned is copywriting. On here, I have direct response marketing, but after talking about sales funnels, I immediately have to change that to copywriting. And the reason for that is because writing copy is such a tangible skill that just translates everywhere and will not go away ever, because people read copy. You need to write copy for video sales letters, for ads, for the actual sales pages, for websites. Literally, copy goes everywhere. And when you learn copy, you also learn direct response marketing in general, because you need to, in order to write good copy, you need to learn about the target market. You need to learn about all of the cognitive biases. You need to learn about urgency, scarcity, and because all of that stuff needs to be inside of your copy. You're not a good copywriter if you don't understand all of that stuff that is meant to be in the copy. It is honestly one of the most tangible skills. It took me about a year or two to learn it, and I was studying that as well as psychology and all of that stuff basically at the same time is when I was like studying all of this marketing stuff, about a year to 2 years, and then to just learn the basics in order to be able to apply the knowledge that I have. And then from there, you're just building on the skill set and getting better and better and better, sharpening the blade, so to speak. So yeah, these are the 5 things that have been the most impactful to me. I feel like these are the 5 main things that I needed to learn in order to get to where I'm at today. And it's honestly the skills that I honed the most. Like, believe it or not, time management and being happy alone are 2 things that I still work on to this day. As well as sales psychology, sales funnels, and copywriting, direct response marketing, all of that stuff that I still work on and learn little tweaks, little things that I can still apply to this day. And it's a constant learning process. But yep, these are the 5 things. I highly appreciate you for taking the time to make it to the end of this video if you're watching right now. And honestly, like, I appreciate you in general. This channel made it to 1,000 subscribers. I don't know if I ever mentioned that, but I'm highly appreciative of it. Every single person who has subscribed to this channel, I can't say thank you enough. Like, I love it. I love making videos. It's honestly one of the more fun things that I do. So I don't plan on stopping, even if this channel only makes it to 5,000 subscribers, even if it makes it to 1 million, I do not plan on stopping. So thank you for watching this video. If you have any comments, thoughts, questions, anything that you want me to talk about on this channel, go ahead and leave that in the comment section below. Subscribe to this channel, check out some of the other videos, like this video, and until next time, peace.